Let's take a look at this problem. We've got f of x is equal to x over x squared minus, 25. And instructions are to find out where it's increasing, decreasing. So we'll go through those steps. Our first step is going to be to find our derivative. Well, this is a quotient rule. Top part's going to be p, and bottom part's going to be q. Excuse me. P prime, the derivative of x is 1. Q prime, the derivative of x squared minus 25 is 2x. Now our formula is p prime q minus p q prime over q squared. So for our derivative, p prime we said was 1 times q, which is x squared minus 25, minus p, which is x, times q prime, which is 2x, all over q squared. So we got x squared minus 25 squared. I want to simplify that a little bit. We can drop that 1. So that gives us x squared minus 25 minus x times 2x is 2x squared over x squared minus 25 squared. Now combine together like terms. X squared minus 2x squared is negative x squared, negative 1x squared or negative x squared minus 25 over x squared minus 25 to the second power. Okay. Keep in mind that this is our derivative. We'll come back to that. Step 2. Find your critical numbers. Whenever you have a single fraction, you set your top part equal to 0. So I'll set negative x squared minus 25 equal to 0. And you set your denominator equal to 0. So the bottom part, x squared minus 25 squared is equal to 0. Now over in this one, I'll take the negative x squared to the right side. So we got negative 25 is equal to a positive x squared. Now this is a square root property. Square root property says if you got something squared equal to the other side, you drop your squared, and you put a plus or minus square root around the other side. Now a negative inside of a square root gives you an I, and 25 is 5 times 5. So this would give us x is equal to plus or minus 5i. Now in terms of critical numbers, i's have no meaning, so we'll cross those out. So whenever you end up with i's, then you just ignore that part. Now over here we have parentheses to a power equal to 0. Whenever you have that, you can always drop your power. So we've got x squared minus 25 is equal to 0. Now I'll use the square root property again. So I'll take the negative 25 to the right side, becomes a positive 25. The square root property says if you have something squared equal to something else, you drop your squared and you put a plus or minus square root around the other side. And we already said that 25 is 5 times 5, so that gives us x is equal to plus or minus 5. And those are our critical numbers. Now let me build my table of intervals here. So we're going to have negative 5, and we'll have positive 5. Clear over here is positive infinity. Clear over here to the left is negative infinity. We want to choose test cases. So I want to choose an x value between negative infinity and negative 5, like negative 6, negative 7. I want to choose something between negative 5 and 5, like 0. And I want to choose something greater than 5, between 5 and positive infinity, like 6 or 7. Now we want to plug those into our derivative. And sometimes it's pretty easy to plug in the derivative. You can see what the answer is going to be. But you can always use a calculator if you can't see it. The reason why I say sometimes it's pretty easy, because the bottom part here, that's squared. So that's always going to be positive. So we don't even need to worry about the bottom part. And if I put negative 6 up here, we would have negative 6 squared, which is 36, with a negative in front of it. So that's negative 36, negative 25, which gives us a negative, which means this is decreasing. Now if I put 0 up here, we got 0 squared, which is 0. Negative 0 is 0, minus 25 is negative, so it's decreasing. And if we put 6 up here, we get 6 squared, that's negative 36 minus 25, which is also decreasing. Now let's show this on the calculator. Like I say, some of these I find just as easy just to eyeball it and see what's happening. Now to plug anything in your calculator, if you have more than a single number or a single variable in the top or bottom of your fraction, you have to put parentheses around it. So this top part I'm going to put parentheses around. Now the bottom part we don't need to worry about that, because when this is squared like that, this is considered one item. If you're not sure of that, put parentheses around the bottom. It won't hurt anything. So let's plug this in the calculator. So I'll press my y equals, clear, and I got beginning parentheses, negative x squared, so negative x squared minus 25, closing parentheses around the top part, divided by beginning parentheses on the bottom part, that's this one right here, x squared minus 25, so x squared minus 25, closing parentheses, and then we want it squared, like that. Now you want to do your table setup, so you do second window, they'll go in table setup, and you want independent to say ask. If it doesn't already say ask, down arrow to that line, right arrow, put your flashing cursor on ask and press enter one time. And then exit out by doing second mode. Now we're going to table, so do second graph. I'll press delete to clear out those old ones. Did I say second delete? Delete over and over. And I'll put in negative 6, 0, and 6, our test cases. So negative 6, enter, 0, enter, and 6, enter. You notice they all give me a negative value. Negative value means it's decreasing, which is what we just said, decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. So this is decreasing from negative infinity to negative 5. It's decreasing from negative 5 to 5. And then it's decreasing from 5 to positive infinity. And that would be your answer.